This customer ordered a cake for her man's birthday stroke anniversary from us. It was a money cake and she wanted 28k together with this custom message inside the cake. We went with notes of 1,000 shillings. This is how we arranged the money and the message in alternating manner. Every note was in its respective case, and here I had already stuck up the notes, put them in the money box and set it aside in order to start working on the cake. The flavor of this cake was vanilla and the size was 2 kg. She wanted a black cake, so I gave her two options, buttercream or chocolate ganache. She chose buttercream. So I started by trimming the cake layers. I trimmed all of them and set them aside. So here I was starting to fill the cake layers. I put some glucose syrup on the board, placed the first cake layer and centered it very well. I filled it with cream, and for this order we made American buttercream. I placed the second cake layer, filled it with cream as well, the third and the fourth cake layer. After that I trimmed the sides in order to make sure that the cake was even. Now for buttercream and ganache, the prices are a bit higher than whipping cream. That's because making them is much more expensive. So after trimming, I crumb coated the cake using white cream. This was me spreading the cream to make sure that all areas of the cake were well covered. After that, I cut out the place where the money box would go in, placed it inside, then crumb coated the top part of the cake. It tried to break, but this one was manageable. I made sure that all the crumbs were well covered and the cake was stable. Then after that, I doweled it using 3 dowels and put it in the fridge to set for a few minutes as I prepared the black cream. To prepare the cream, I put a few drops of black food coloring, which gave me gray. Then I used the double cooking method, which gave me this shiny glossy black. Hapa nilikuwa nakoroga to make sure that imeshikana vizuri. I did that for quite a while. Then I let it sit for a few minutes to cool down. The immersion blender method also works, so I use either. Our cake was out of the fridge, and here I was doing the final coat. I applied the black cream on the cake using my palette knife. Received a call and forgot to finish shooting, but as you can see, we were on the right track. This is how the canvas turned out. Time to decorate. I started with the happy birthday topper in front of the cake, followed by some black pearls on the top left part of the cake. I did some 2 clusters on the bottom right and top right of the cake, and on the bottom right I used both black and gold spheres. Here I had already done the top part off camera, and I was adding the edible gold leaf. This process is intense because you have to place them one by one in order to create a good effect. I did the same on the bottom right side of the cake, added some pearls and more of the edible gold leaf. Once I was satisfied with that, I was so happy with the way it turned out. This would have been the final look of this cake, but I decided to make it less obvious that it was a money cake, so I added a red heart on the stick where he would pull a surprise inside the cake. I boxed it ready for delivery. This one went all the way to Kikuyu. She sent their feedback. They absolutely loved the cake. Thank you so much, girl. That's it. Thanks for watching. Kindly follow me.